Hi everyone, welcome back to Rachel Pichler Yoga. We are going to do a lovely yin yoga practice today. So day 19, find a little bit of space to move and let's get started. Okay, you guys, we're going to start laying down on our backs. If you do want to place a pillow or cushion underneath your back, you can, or even a block. But feel free to lay just flat on your back. And then if you want to come into Supta Baddha Konasana, you can make a diamond shape with your legs, bringing the feet together and letting the knees follow wide. And then I just want you to rest your arms at your sides, turning your palms to face up. Just taking these next few moments to let your eyes close and just feel your breath. Let go of your day. Or whatever it is that might be on your mind. And so for our practice today, we aren't going to be doing very many poses. So we're going to be spending a nice amount of time in each place we come today. So I'm not going to talk that much. I'll get you into the pose. I'll give you some suggestions and options. But once you've decided where you want to be, you're feeling a nice stretch and you can just kind of relax a little bit, I'm going to give you the task of keeping your mind focused on your breath. And just allow yourself to go as far into each stretch as your body will let you. Well, with that being said, I always encourage you to move if you need to move. And we're all going to get an awesome stretch no matter where we're at. And somehow I'm still chatting. So if you're still kind of moving around a little bit, see if you can find some stillness throughout the body, throughout the mind maybe. Staying nice and still if you can. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Just continuing to feel the breath. Keep all those lovely thoughts going through your mind off to the side. Let's take 1 more inhale and exhale. You can bring your hands to the outside of your legs if your knees are out wide. Just gently help your legs come back together. Feel free to let the knees rock from side to side a little bit, or maybe you want to draw the knees towards the chest and then rock from side to side, but whatever feels good, whatever you need. We are going to be turning all the way over, coming up onto our hands and onto our knees. So you can either roll to the side or rock forwards. Again, no rush. Take your time. We'll find our hands and find our knees. Tabletop position. So we're going to get the hardest, I think, stretch out of the way right now. So it's going to be a nice low lunge. Let's bring our right foot forwards and then sinking those hips forwards towards the front of the room. So just take a second here. I want you to find your hip flexor. So it'll be that left hip. You can have your hands on the mat, but to take it further with the hands on the mat, you're just going to bring that back knee further back if you need to, if you haven't already found that stretch. So you might want to just walk that knee back, untuck those back toes, find the top of that back foot, and you should already, hopefully, find that hip flexor with your hands on the ground and your chest nice and low. So if you need to move a little bit side to side, find that hip flexor, the top of that left quad, and then relax, hold it, breathe. So you can keep your hands on the ground, definitely. Your chest can kind of rest on that front knee. One thing I want you to just check before you get too comfy is that your front ankle is underneath your front knee. And you're going to be nice and balanced, and your front knee will thank you for having that nice alignment through that front leg. So some people might want to lift the chest and bring your hands to your knee, but this might be a lot on that hip, so don't worry about coming all the way up here. And then we often hold a lot of stress, tension in our hips. So this nice dragon lunge can be a challenge. It can be really hard to keep the shoulders away from the ears, to keep the hands relaxed if you're really pushing into your knee. Just try to keep those hands soft. And as always, keep breathing. And so because we are here for a little bit of time, you can always bring the hands down, up, wherever you need to be. But if you are able to be nice and still and just let kind of gravity grab those hips and encourage them forwards and down, and just feel whatever sensations are running through the legs, the hips. Awesome work, you guys. So we're going to take just 3 more breaths here. Make any little adjustments if you need it. Get into those hips. So good. I have a love-hate relationship with this pose. Mostly it feels good. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale. Release. Start to send your hips back. Let's move really slow here. You can kind of straighten that front leg a little bit. We are going to be pulling this front leg back and coming onto that knee. So whenever you feel like bringing that knee back, and we'll just take a break a second before we, actually more than a second before we go to the other hip. So we're going to come into puppy dog. We'll give our hips a break and move into our shoulders. So find your tabletop, your hands and your knees, and then just walk your hands forward, reaching for the top of your mat, and then start to drop your forehead and drop your chest all the way down. Nice job, you guys. Yes, we are still here. If you want to make any little adjustments, we're going to take just a few more breaths here. Getting into those shoulders, puppy dog stretch. So whenever you're ready, we're going to use an inhale to lift all the way back up. So you can sit on your heels for a second if you need to. Maybe do a few shoulder rolls. We're going to move into that right hip now. So the left foot can come forwards, finding a low lunge here. So we want to check that that front knee is over top of that front ankle. And then you can stagger the back knee further back. If you need more, you might be here. But again, let's bring our hands to the floor to start. Adjust that back knee. And then find that hip flexor with the hands down, the chest nice and low. Get into those hips. Again, hopefully it's not too hard. Just noticing if that back foot, if the toes are tucked under, let's relax. Find the top of that foot if you can. And then if you would like to lift the chest, go for it. But again, definitely not necessary. Just allowing your breath to keep you focused on that stretch through the hips. Just soften. If your mind is going crazy right now, it makes the time go by really slow. So see if you can set those thoughts to the side again. Bring it back. Take some nice few breaths here. And we've got 3 more moments if you got it. Keeping those shoulders away from the ears. And whenever you're ready, the hands can come down. Start to bring those hips back just enough to release that stretch that you were getting through that right hip. So you can straighten that front leg a little bit. And then we are going to be pulling that left knee back. So whenever you're ready to do so, bring it on back. We'll cross our ankles and just sit down. So our legs are going to come out in front. And then you can start by having nice bent knees here. So I want you to take an inhale though and lengthen your spine. Let's roll the shoulders up to the ears and back and then down. So we're going to fold forward. So you might be staying here with nice bent knees. You could even wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself a nice little hug. If you have the flexibility, if those hamstrings let you, walk the feet further forward. Take a bend out of those knees. You can go for it. But just settling in here, knowing that we're here for a bit of time so you don't have to come all the way down unless it feels right. But if you're able to just close your eyes and breathe. Maybe lifting the chest up and down a little bit. Maybe skipping that forward fold and just keeping that nice long spine. Find what works best for you, what feels right. I'm going to take just a few more moments here. If you want to lift the chest up a bit and reset, go for it. Just find what feels right. You might be getting a nice stretch to your back, through the hamstrings, the calves, a whole lot of places you could feel this. And as you become ready, we'll use an inhale just to lift all the way back up. We can start to bend our knees and plant our feet. We're going to lay all the way down onto your back. Let me just flip around here. So lay down. Reach your arms out to your sides. We're going to let our knees fall over to the left so you can keep your knees stacking on top of each other. If you have a pillow, you might want to put it underneath your knees if they don't want to come all the way to the floor. And then you also have the option to cross your legs here for your twist. I'm just noticing that right shoulder and see if you can keep it way down on the mat. And if you want to get into your neck a little bit while we're here, you could take your chin over top of that right shoulder. And so before we switch sides, I want you to stay in your twist if you can. We're going to take 3 more breaths here, but I want you to start to breathe deeper so that you actually feel your stomach moving up and down, giving those internal organs a nice massage. So whenever you're ready, deepen that breath. Feel your stomach expanding. It can be a little hard when you're in the twist to expand the stomach, so do your best. Exhale as you draw it back in. One more. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Using an inhale, lifting your knees back up. Bring your hips down. Take a second to bring the hips back to the middle of the mat so your spine's a nice straight line. And then we will switch sides so the knees can fall over. Take the same option. So if you crossed your legs, you can cross them the other way. If you brought a cushion under your knees, you can grab your cushion. And then maybe bringing the chin over that left shoulder this time. So taking just a few more breath on this side. Deepening the breath if you can, getting your stomach kind of involved. Inhale, just expand as much as you can. Fill up with air, exhale, release. And one more. Exhale as you let it go, and then you can use an inhale to bring the knees all the way back out. Uncross the legs if you have them crossed. Bringing the hips to the mat once again, maybe doing a little windshield wiper with the knees. And then you can start to send your legs out nice and long on your mat. And we're just going to take our right hand and place it on our belly button, and our left hand is going to find our heart. Taking your last opportunity in this practice to find some stillness throughout the body and to feel your breath. I encourage you to stay here as long as you have time for. Just feel your breath. Keeping all those thoughts off to the side. But a lovely, lovely practice today, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Namaste.